Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin. A good person stars Florence, Pugh, and Morgan Freeman. Allison is a young woman with a wonderful fiance, a blossoming career, and supportive family and friends. However, her world crumbles in the blink of an eye when she survives an unimaginable tragedy. Florence Pugh and Morgan Freeman are probably one of the best actors working to this day. I enjoyed Florence Pugh and Don't Worry Darling. I thought she was great, but that movie overall wasn't the greatest. And so seeing her in this was really good because this movie is great. This movie is a good movie and she honestly really needed this win from the from the tragedy that she went through on the set and just the film in general. I think everything with Don't Worry Darling was a not a failure, but it was a mess of its own on screen and behind the scenes itself. And so, yeah, I really like this movie. This is an emotional type of ride. If you go out and see this, there is so much that is going on in the film. You deal with addiction, and you deal with basically mental health. You deal with trying to live on with your mistakes. And owning up to certain things. This movie has so different messages into it. It's kind of overwhelming in some moments. And Florence Pugh is great. She brings so much to this character. I don't know if it's based off a true story. I couldn't find anything that it says it was. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but she brings so much to the screen to this character. And when it comes to an emotional scene, you can feel her performance. You can feel what she is portraying on screen. Very well done. And Morgan Freeman's appearance on screen also adds to it because he's also tied in some way to the tragedy that she is dealing with, and he kind of blames. Well, not kind of. He mostly blames her for what went down, and he's trying to not only forgive her but also forgive his own mistakes. Well, not forgive his own, but also own up to his own mistakes. Basically, he's trying to basically move forward as well as she is, and so he can't move forward unless he basically looks at the mistakes himself and has some inflection on it as well. And so both of them really work together in this film, and Morgan Freeman's really funny. I think this is the most F-bombs I've heard from him in a movie, and his line delivery worked really well. The only thing I think that the film really suffers from is its ending and certain characters in the film. There's somewhat repetitiveness in the film at some point in the film. There's three characters, the mom, there's a granddaughter, and the fiance. They all have some part in the tragedy, and you don't really get to see their side of things. They're kind of pushed to the side. Mostly the fiance I would have liked to see more, and how he is taking it. But he's just off screen for most of the movie, and he probably maybe has less 15 minutes of screen time in the whole entire film. So if everyone mostly got their own couple of scenes, I think it would have brought everything else and tightened it in the neat bow. But by the end, it's kind of felt a little rushed. It's oh, okay, we need to end it right now. It's right again. It's hitting the 2-hour mark. So, but it was cool. It was cool to see what these characters would go through, and also go to these I forget what you call them, these meetings, and where other people have other stuff that happened to them, if it's drug addiction or depression or something. I don't know why I'm blanking the name. These council type of meetings, and it would have been cool to hear other examples of other people in those meetings as well. Majority you just hear from Florence Pugh's perspective of how things went, and Morgan Freeman, how he's sort of handling Florence Pugh's tragedy, but also dealing with his own past mistakes as well. And so it would have been nice to hear other characters that were part of this meeting as well, to add in on it and have this inflection on Florence Pugh, because the leader of this meeting is basically sort of a friend towards Florence Pugh's character, and we don't really hear any of her stories really. Like she says like there's a line in the movie where she says like she's tried to help people like Florence Pugh multiple times, but we don't know why she is part of this group originally. Like we don't understand like her actual purpose here, just to basically be there. But besides that, it's really well done. I really liked it, and it ends in a nice way. It feels a little rushed towards the end, but I really did like it. If you guys have the time, I highly recommend going checking this out in theaters. If you have a good person, a B+, go check it out if you have the time. Even go check out Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of great movies came out this weekend. Well, this one came out last weekend, but there's a lot of great movies out. We have Tetris on Apple TV. We have Dungeons and Dragons, which is another great film. Go check that out. There's so many good movies out at this moment. John Wick Chapter 4. Couple others as well, but yeah, this is a good weekend for movies. You guys want to go check something out or stay at home and watch something on streaming. Thank you very much for watching, and like always, I'll see you guys next review. Bye guys.